Welcome to POV The Issue with our hosts.
Karis Reader.
Joe Bailey.
Bobby Watson.
Vanessa Fripp.
James Perry.
And me, James Lever. And, today we've got many issues that we're going to be talking about because that is the issue, such as animals.
Oh.
We're going to be talking about animals today.
What about animals?
In particular.
Hang on. I'll get there in a minute.
All right.
But we're going to be talking about many issues. But we've got our main man,
Am I?
Mr. James Perry, who's been
James R. Perry.
researching away. James R. Perry. And with his zoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's many issues with zoos. Are they being regulated?
No, they're not. They're not, James. No.
They're not.
No, it's a shame, you know.
Elaborate.
So basically, there's an organisation called WAZA.
Yes.
The Wazza?
The Wazza.
And there's also an organisation called the World Animal Protection Organisation.
Mad.
Or WAP.
Wazza.
I wish I was kidding. It's shortened to WAP.
Sounds some whack.
Yeah, and they
have a
stuff.
WAP. They got that WAP.
Sheesh.
And they say that most zoos across the world do not follow regulations.
They do not follow the WAP.
Disgraceful.
No. Yeah.
Not the whack.
It's
What are the regulations then?
So there's regulations basically for how big enclosures have to be, and for what you can do with the animals. So, for instance, conservation centres, which are basically just zoos with a fancier name,
Right.
you're not allowed to do visitor animal interactions because they can mentally and physically harm the animals. Because it's not really good for the animals to interact with humans, riding the animals, holding them, taking selfies with them, going to wear human clothes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it domesticates them and takes away their instincts.
But it's also something that they have to be trained to do, which normally involves animal abuse in itself.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just not good.
It's kind of complicated.
Yeah,
What are
it's
the
quite
details of
complicated.
that? Like, what are they doing to the animals which is causing the abuse?
Well, it's not good. So they have to.
Elaborate?
Yeah, so basically, there's a few methods, but the one which is considered abuse is like just repetitive training, because it's very physically wearing on them. It's very tiring for the animals.
Right.
And then, what else? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I've got a
Take your
big
time.
brain.
Take your time.
Too many facts.
It's not like we have a limited amount of time, James.
You got this. The podcast goes on forever.
The podcast goes on
Does
forever.
go on
It
forever.
never ends. There's no
24-hour
ending.
podcast.
Never ending.
24 hours.
And there's one where like they
Robert.
basically give them less food if they don't. That's like done in a few zoos in Africa. They give them less
they're
food.
basically torturing them.
Kind of, yeah,
zoos?
yeah, basically.
In a sense, they get starved until they...
Animal
Africa
mistreatment
zoos?
and abuse, yeah.
Do you think the transport of the animals to the zoos is harmful, like in
Obviously,
itself?
it'd be traumatic.
I mean,
like a very far away.
Like it's
from
out of
where
their
I can't believe
habitat.
The transport's
It's
quite
like all wildlife.
traumatizing. So if it's
Yeah.
not necessary, then it shouldn't be done. For
I just
instance,
think that's
Obviously,
No,
because
I
they're
didn't
being
know that-
transported
no.
across the ocean or wherever
Yeah.
across country.
either in
Wherever.
planes or ferries, boats. And it's quite a tight, small enclosure. It's not really
Quite tight.
It can be quite distressing
Quite tight,
to
yeah.
be.
What if they hit rough seas? Like,
Whoa.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madagascar movie.
Well,
Literally,
Moving
yeah.
around, it's very traumatic.
they would,
of
yeah.
course,
It is quite traumatizing for the animals to be transported across seas.
Okay.
skies.
Think about it this way. Do animals get mental health issues like depression,
I'd argue
anxiety?
they do.
They
Yeah.
do, yeah.
They do.
Have you not seen this thing about I think I saw a video the other day. A dog it became self-conscious and had to take antidepressants.
Yeah, have you seen?
take it.
Have you seen where some dogs have separation anxiety and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
My
like
dog
during
has
the
it,
puberty pandemic.
Yeah.
They've become so close to their own it, they just lose it.
It's so
and left alone.
it's so
That's quite sad,
sad
actually,
to
yeah.
think that it's not only humans that get all these
Yeah.
issues. It's actually animals.
Yeah.
It's not spoken about, I suppose. It's not. They're not seen.
They're just animals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, to humans, they're just animal money making.
I need to
That's
clean
all it
these.
is, money makers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that's what zoos are.
Especially with have you seen like the breeds and how like these animals they're being breeded like into.
You could get some
They've
weird
got, like,
breeds. You've got some weird
yeah,
breeds
pugs,
out
they've got,
there.
like, necking shoes and
Mental.
stuff like that. It's
breeding
awful.
problems.
Yeah.
What are pugs originally from? Like, what breeds are there?
Ooh, I don't.
I'm not too sure about that one, but I know that.
I'm gonna Google it.
Google where does pugs come from?
Where do pugs come from?
Where do pugs come from?
So no, they're definitely
Narnia.
a natural breed of beasts.
No,
Yeah.
because they've got like loads of them.
Yeah, because
Hands are wrong,
essentially,
aren't they?
if they get too large,
Paws.
they end up like choking, obviously, because they get really out of breath.
They're
Yeah.
from China.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprised.
It doesn't.
Manufactured in
Wait, hang
China.
on. What? Oh, so basically, what makes a prug is three.
Prug. A prug.
Is this a new breed?
It's three types of short-nosed dogs. You've got the lion dog.
Yeah, because they've got the short.
These are all
physically can't
Chinese
breathe.
breeds. So you've got the lion,
Yeah.
the Kingzi. How do you say that?
I think we're getting off topic.
Careful,
Can't
Quincy.
lie. James.
Pecking geese.
Right.
Pecking geese.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the
I see. Yeah, fair
Lose.
enough. Well,
Lose.
that is no good.
No.
So, moving on from that, we've got marine mammals. Everybody, let's go.
Alright.
With Bobby Watson. How are they treated in captivity?
Not very
You get
well,
your
as you know.
question in a minute.
As you know, sea life and SeaWorld, they're not treating dolphins, they're mutilating themselves due to such bad conditions and the mental health, the physical well-being of their enclosures, because it's so like, they're not used to how they're being like, treated, I suppose.
Bobby, did you say the Sea Life Centre? I don't think they have.
There's certain sea life centres, the one in I think it's London, they have dolphins.
Don't they have one in China?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Our local
Colchester.
one doesn't, but all the animals in there are still treated fairly badly. As you heard, the meerkats tried to escape from the article.
Whether in South Africa, I
Yeah.
won't blame
I would blame me.
Meerkats running about.
them. Imagine like leaving college and seeing a meerkat.
I don't think these
We go
places they
see.
inflict like major mental health issues, and the fact that they're inflicting such like animal cruelty on like how they are, I suppose.
Wouldn't you say it's an easy life?
I wouldn't argue so because they're being taken out of their enclosures. They're being put in these such confined places where they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be out in the wild, and they're just not used to it. They're being like domesticated. It really
Right, yeah,
affects
yeah.
how they are and like, how
Because
they're.
they've been given food and
Exactly.
stuff.
And like
And they're having
Right.
to, like, as James said in his other thing, they're being taught tricks and stuff like that, and it really affects their mental health.
But wouldn't you say that you could say that also about a dog or a cat?
I suppose so, but dogs and cats are originally domesticated, whereas dolphins
No, they've
just
just been
aren't.
they've been
No.
domesticated for a very
Dogs
long time.
were
Exactly.
gradually
Wild
domesticated.
originally.
Yeah.
But do
I mean, they
you-
So
originate
cats.
from wolves, but at the same time,
Yeah.
they've been
Except for
they've been
pugs.
domesticated so long, whereas
No
dolphins,
pugs.
it's only recent. It's
I
only
think
come
Nessa
along
has
the past
something to say.
150 years or so.
You kind of cut Nessa.
Do we have another
off
question?
twice.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Oh, hello.
Like, how do you think that, like, because you know sometimes they train the dolphins to do like tricks and
Yeah.
stuff. How do you think that like affects them?
I think because they're like whilst learning these, they're given like food, and if they aren't, they're being starved, as James said, and it's obviously it leaves them to be like malnourished, and
Yeah.
it's not very good for their mental health.
Well, they're going to do anything for
Physical
food, aren't they? So that's
Yeah.
why they're only listening to
Yes.
the trainers, because they just want food.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. If you
Well,
needed to be
yeah.
fed, you
It's
would
sad,
listen to the
though,
people that
it's
are in.
It's
Sad.
sad, yeah.
Yeah, because you see them. You've seen the videos where you can see the ribs
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
dolphins,
No.
and they're that malnourished.
Yeah.
It's like
Society.
polar bears. and that.
Yeah, it's like polar bears, isn't it?
Polar bears.
We have another. We actually have a guest, not a guest,
A host.
a host who is experted on polar bears.
Expertise in
Shush. Expertise
on polar bears.
Expertise on polar bears.
and climate change, because that is what affecting the polar bears.
Oh, come on. Tell
Yeah.
us more about polar bears.
Well, there's one animal in particular that climate change is hitting particularly hard, and that is the polar bear.
We are talking
no.
about polar bears. So
Yeah.
we hope so.
It is.
Shocking.
The Arctic has experienced the greatest levels of global warming so far, and this trend is expected to continue. There are predictions that the Arctic may be almost entirely ice-free by the summer of the middle of the century.
Really?
Wow.
Can be
Pretty
scary.
shocking statistics.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I suppose the sea levels are rising, the salt water, and that, what is it, the other water? Sorry, fresh water. They're all
Water.
mixing, and it's all rising to the top rather than...
Where do you think my home's going to be?
God knows, can be, it's going...
I'm going to be living under the sea.
That's a
Well, we're
good
not
day. That's a good day to
Another
see.
issue, I suppose.
Oh.
That's not an issue.
But also,
Thanks.
polar bears aren't like adapted to, because obviously, like the ice caps
Yeah.
are melting. They're not like
This, like,
They're
hasn't
not very
been their life,
adaptable.
Yeah, but they're going to have to
But,
evolve,
like,
aren't they?
Yeah.
They're gonna
Would you say
evolve,
they would? They would
because they're not
adapt?
very
Well,
Moving
adaptable.
so quickly, they are
Bobby,
able
shuts
to
up. I
evolve.
would
Yeah.
answer
It
your
takes
question.
Shush.
thousands of years to evolve, though, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not.
they've
but
only got a
over
few
time-
years. They need to up
Unless
the
they go
speed.
extinct.
Thanks for
Are you saying they should get good?
Yeah,
I
get
know,
good.
so-
Basically.
Polar bears get good.
Didn't want to say it anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's
fine,
so
it's
good.
fine.
No, go on.
It's fine.
Off, Joel Bailey.
Well, because of their ability to travel great distances and the relatively large genetic diversity within the population, polar bears may be able to adapt to the ongoing changes in the Arctic.
But it's only a maybe.
So maybe
Oh.
it's possible.
It's not a yes, it's not a no.
Yet, because of their reliance on sea ice, they will be extremely susceptible to the challenges of climate change. Polar bears rely heavily on sea ice for travelling, hunting, mating, resting, and in some areas, making maternal dens. In particular, they depend heavily on sea ice-dependent prey, such as ringed and bearded seals. Additionally, their long generation time and low reproductive rate may limit their ability to adapt to changes in the environment.
That is
Wow, very
mental.
informative.
Poor polar bears.
Poor
That's what I
polar
would
bears.
say. They need help with the RSPCA.
Yeah, but don't you remember when we looked at polar bears and that one's really skinny one?
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
horrific.
Have you seen those adverts for like adopt a polar bear for
Yeah,
I have.
£1? Like, what would you actually gain out of doing that?
Polar
Because
bears.
it's not going to
Basically, you
pay
get
to
polar bear
fix
in
the
your
ice.
garden.
It's not going to pay to refreeze the ice. Is
Well,
it?
it could.
How can you
No,
refreeze
but I think they'll put
nature?
it.
Freeze
I
it.
think
It's
it's
not-
to relocate them to actual locations where they can.
Yeah.
What, like zoos?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose it's, but in
Like
a sense, I think
zoos.
it's more like locations that
Oh,
have got wildlife
especially
for them.
made.
conservation centres.
Okay. But then again, that's not good for them because they've been taken out of their natural habitat.
Yeah,
I think
but would you
conservation
rather?
centres
But
and
they
zoos
won't have a
are-
habitat soon.
Yeah, I was going to say they don't
Bobby
exactly
Watson.
have a habitat, do they? It's kind of
Exactly.
melting.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
maybe we should just
you
like
know,
stop climate change.
You can argue
and-
it's bad, but at the same time, it's their only
We,
option.
yeah, but we've
Keep
been trying to
switching.
stop climate change for years. How many people have listened?
None.
How many governmental people have listened?
None.
My point proven. Oh, shut up! I know.
Governmental.
I was meant to say
We
something.
have the
else.
governmental. Well, we're nearly at the point of our show where we open up the lines to a special ringer
Special ringer.
who's listening at home.
But are they going to
Who may
ring?
that be?
Who is that?
Could be
Who
anyone.
Who is that? We're opening the lines. Lines are now
Open.
open.
For one particular person.
No, for anybody that chooses
Anybody
to
who's
ring
listening.
the office right
Who's
now.
going to beat them?
I don't know. Who's it going to be?
Who could it be?
Who's it going to be?
Wonder who?
Oh.
Oh,
Anytime.
oh we have a
now.
ringer. It's 0791. Okay.
07954.
Oh, hello, 07914.
Put it on
You
speaker.
can put a
Hang on.
speaker?
Hello.
Hello. What's your question?
So, what's your opinion on palm oil farming and wildlife?
Good question. Do we have anybody that knows?
I can answer this.
We have someone that knows.
Was it what's my opinion? Was that the question?
Yes.
My opinion is like it's not good.
It's not good. It's not
Great
good,
opinion.
No, listen, because like it's causing wildfires, and like with all the wildfires, loads of like animals are getting endangered and destroyed. Their homes are being destroyed, and like with the production of the oil, it's taking away obviously their homes, and they're like they have nowhere to go, so they're all like starting to die out. Like the orangutans in particular, orangutans, yeah,
An orangutan.
orangutans, yeah,
So
Mad.
palm oil farms are in the sea. That's crude oil, never mind.
yeah.
Wrong oil.
I'm the expert.
Don't diss the expert here.
It's the expert.
Expert Vanessa.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So, guest, do you have any other?
Hung up.
Oh,
They
no,
hung up.
guest
Oh,
hung
they're
up.
gone.
We can't
That's a
get any
shame.
I'm
more.
afraid we can't hear anymore.
Yeah, there's none there.
Oh,
I'm
well,
afraid.
bye, guest.
Well, that was a
Oh.
brilliant question. Do you think we can elaborate on that anymore, or?
What do you want to know?
Well, does anyone have any questions?
How is
about
it affecting the environment that the animals are living in?
Well, it's taking away their environment to
Yeah.
live in, so it's obviously not very good, and it's causing pollution as well, which isn't good.
Yeah.
And it's it's affecting the environment because it's taking away their environment because it's cutting down everywhere that they like live, they
Yeah.
reproduce, find food, so they've got nowhere to go, and it causes pollution as well. So
Yeah.
it's not good, like at all.
So, what kind of food Come on.
Well,
Your shampoo, I suppose.
shampoo.
I'm gonna
Shampoo.
scran a shampoo.
Shampoo is
Conditioner.
shampoo. Some ice creams have it.
Ice
dairy
cream?
products.
I like
yeah.
ice cream. So.
Some dairy
Well, you're
products
not
because it
allowed it.
preserves it.
You're ruining the environment.
Coconut
by eating
oil.
ice cream.
Basically, anything with oil has that type of oil mixed with it.
Right. Well, fair enough.
Anything else?
I don't think there is.
No?
I don't think there is.
I feel bad for the animals.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the amount of endangered animals there are now.
But we do have a little segment. What is everyone's favourite animal?
Oh God. Wolf.
Any particular reason?
They're just fluffy and they're cute.
Anyway, on to Joel's favourite animal.
Oh, Jaylee.
Probably a capybara.
Fair enough.
Cats. I love cats. You know the fluffy ones, the Persian ones that look like. I don't know, they just look like they run a
I
country.
know someone who's got them.
Right.
It's so cute. I'd die for one. I'd sell.
Oh, is it one of the where you
I'd
put your
sell my
hands
left
and like
kidney
fluff
for
it?
one.
Yeah, they're nice. They're
So
nice.
lovely.
Vanessa?
Elephants.
An elephant, like an
Yes.
elephant.
Because they're just like,
Morbius.
They're adorable.
they're spiritual and they're nice.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
I didn't know an
They
elephant
are.
was spiritual. Now I do. Mr. Perry?
Hello, yeah. I've got to say, fennec foxes, the really small foxes in deserts with the massive ears.
Can I ask why? That's a really interesting one.
That's very specific.
They're very cute.
They
Got another
are.
one.
They
I
are.
really like those red
They're
pandas.
vicious.
Red pandas are cool.
The red pandas. are
Red
cool.
squirrels.
Yeah, red squirrels.
Red squirrels.
then. Red squirrels. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Sorry for dissing you saying wed.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yes.
Red squirrel.
I love a wolf.
Right.
Wolf.
Okay.
Suppose we're coming to the end.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of that.
Yeah.
I think this to be
Yeah.
a good episode.
Mm.
You don't think so?
You just.
Great
Yeah,
episode.
I feel like we've just skipped 2 bits of it.
We didn't cover every topic we wanted
Yeah.
to. But it's fine.
Well, I suppose we'll speak about on the next episode.
Yeah. You'll have to tune in
Next
for
episode
that
we might
one.
get into some
Part
further-
2.
You'll have to tune in for that one.
Tune in for that one.
Tune in for the next episode. We've been all of your hosts. We've got.
Karis Reader.
Say your name.
Joel Bailey.
Yep.
Bobby Watson.
Yep.
Vanessa Fritz.
James Perry.
And me, James Lever.
Bye.
Bye.